We interrupt our programming to bring you the following special report.
The Ryan Report.
Whatever opinion they had ain't gonna change nothing I'm doing.
What was the story he told? Because I was there.
It's time for the Ryan Report.
It's like Jay-Z, all eyes on us.
On the People Station, V103.
Okay, this is your Ryan Report. It's being brought to you by
McDonald's. The Gift You Singing competition went up to $20,000 in cash and prizes. Why don't you visit thegiftatl.com for more details?
Okay. It's basically husbands and wives in the whole entire Ryan Report today. Columbus Short.
Right.
According to his wife, remember we told you on the Ryan Report that the judge told them that he could go to the house with his attorney and get his stuff. He had 2 hours. Apparently, according to TMZ, his wife has filed some new court documents claiming that he busted into the house while she was away, despite the restraining order, and left a trail of destruction in his wake. Now, his wife is claiming that he broke the door down off the hinges, ripped off her bed sheets. Now, this is when it gets ratchet. Left a bunch of lights on. Electricity is high. And now she's fearing for her safety and the safety of their 2-year-old daughter. He left a bunch of lights on, and he ripped the sheets off the bed and kicked the door off the hinges. No word back from Columbus Short's lawyer. They're saying all this resulted that either he was already killed off a scandal or this killed him off. That Shonda Rhimes said, all right, enough is enough. But then in the last scene from the finale, you don't know if he's dead or not. So, moving on to this. Porsha and Kordell, it won't go away because Porsha keeps bringing it up.
So this is new.
This is brand new. She was on The View. They did not give her a chance to really say something. I don't know why we keep going on The View. We're View puppets.
Right.
But on Access Hollywood Live, she gets a long interview, maybe 10 minutes, where she brings up allegations that Kordell Stewart beat her. Are you ready for this? Here we go.
I worked on this song called Flatline, and it actually embodies all of the emotions that I was going through at the time.
It looks like domestic abuse in the scene when you watch this video.
Yes, the video does touch on domestic violence, some abuse that I encountered in my marriage. It's not exact to what I went through, because really, honestly, what I went through was a little bit worse in some instances.
What happened to you? What happened in the marriage?
Well, abuse, physical and mental.
Physical and mental.
Yeah.
Did he hit you?
Yeah.
He hit you?
Yeah.
And
repeatedly? There were several different occasions that this happened, and
was this the way of fights, arguments would escalate, and then it would get physical? Did that pretty much happen regularly?
Not every single argument, because when you're in an abusive situation, it just kind of builds, and it starts to get worse and worse. And, people ask me, why didn't you tell anybody or call the police or what have you? I thought that I could make it better. Like, I honestly thought that after each situation, I would change this, I would change that, and therefore the outcome wouldn't be the same.
Okay, Atlanta. Yes or BS?
Why is it just coming out now?
That's what I'm...
What are you doing, girl? Why is it just coming out?
Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you respond, but here's Kordell's response. And I'm going to let y'all respond to 741-WV.
I'm weak.
Kordell says, I married my wife because she was a godly woman who had accepted her calling as a minister.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm out. I can't go.
You leaving?
Who's a minister? Porsha?
Kordell says that Porsha had accepted her calling as a minister. That's why he married her. He said the bright lights made Porsha lose her way. I no longer know the person she has become. I hope and pray she can turn her life around soon. I loved my wife, supported her, and invested in her success. As a reminder, I divorced her. As in, I divorced her. At no time has there been any findings against me during the divorce proceedings to indicate anything less than a loving and supportive husband. I'm focused on raising my son and being a single dad. That is a big enough job without having to continue to respond to her false claims and foolishness. It seems she is willing to do anything to try and keep herself relevant. I have moved forward in my life, and I hope she can move forward and stop bringing me back into her life. I was done over 14 months ago with our relationship and marriage, Kordell Stewart. That is your Ryan report.
He said, Wanda, I wanted to just stop calling my name.
But she ain't stopping.
Oh.
Now she's saying you hit her.
Oh, my goodness. And she's an ordained minister, too?
No, that she had accepted her calling as a minister. And then, I'm not saying that Porsha wasn't the brightest, but if Kordell would have asked another question, they said, well, who at the church, who is the pastor? She said, Pastor Troy.
Watch this, watch this.
V103.
And if you don't know, now you know.
The Ryan Report. The Ryan Report. V103.